Just yesterday, Saturday, the People's Democratic Party in Delta State held a mega rally in Asaba, the state capital, to, among other things, receive and showcase newly defected members from the opposition All Progressives Congress. Governor Ifeanyi Okowa led a star cast of party heavyweights at the ceremony, with a supporting cast including a former governor of the state, Chief James Onanefe Ibori. Speaker after speaker declared how ready PDP in Delta State is at the moment to register a clean sweep of all elective positions when it's time to vote in 2023. Curiously, this type of united front, as was demonstrated in Asaba, seems to have become a rare commodity at the national level in recent times, owing largely to the issue of where the party will ultimately zone its presidential ticket. We're now being joined from Asaba by one of PDP's governorship aspirants in Delta State, Fred Majemite, for a conversation around emerging issues in the party at the national level and how it plans to tackle the subsistent challenge of oil pollution and degradation of coastal communities in a state if elected governor. Good morning, Mr. Majemite. You're welcome. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you very much.
How are you?
Very well. We're good. Thank you. Well, politics is heating up already. And from what we read out, what happened in Delta State, it looks like PDP in the state is presenting a united front. How do you come in here, given the fact that people are saying that it is the turn of Delta Central to produce the governor, even though Governor Ifeanyi Okowa has said that there is no formal agreement into the issue of power, rotation or power sharing. But where do you fit in? And how do you think that next year you'll be the candidate to beat?
Thank you. Yeah, PDP is Delta State and Delta State is PDP. I rightly mentioned now, the mega rally we had yesterday is just one of its kind. We had one in Sapele some months ago. So yesterday is just an affirmation that PDP is in control of Delta State. And that's because of the leadership that we have currently. The governor is the leader of the party, and the governor is one man. You can take everything from him, but not politics. He's a bottom-up man. So he's fully in charge, and of course the party chairman. And we all know that with what he has done for Delta State, everybody, even those who are in opposition, I agree that PDP government has done very well in Delta State. And like you said, when we all know that we have put our hands together in the PDP, we are one family now. Even those who left us, they are all back to the party now. I don't think we have any opposition in Delta State again now. The biggest opposition we have now, I'm sure that by the time we have our next rally, everybody will have become one as one great party in Delta State. And I believe that when given the chance, when I become the governor, I will continue. I'll continue from where this administration will stop. I have a mantra already. Majemite cares. The C is for continuity. The A is for articulated industrialization and, of course, infrastructure development of Delta State. Why the R is for revenue? You all know that we cannot do anything without funding. So we're going to look inwards. We're going to attract investors so we can expand our international revenue. Then, of course, the E is education. We're going to give quality education. We're going to move education from theoretical to technical. We're going to expand the technical we have at the moment now, so that when I was leaving university, they won't be looking for jobs. But of course, they can start on their own. Then the S is for security, fiscal security. I believe in multiple policing, and as such, we're going to encourage the various security we have in our various local government and communities now, especially the vigilantes. We are going to equip them, profile them, so they can work in synergy with the police. Once there's a problem in one place, we know that the others will respond immediately. And like I also said, we will ensure them. So in case anything happens to them, their families will be well taken care of. I also believe that the only way we can move more people out of the street to encourage them into agriculture. So we're going to open new fields for our people to farm. We encourage them to mechanize farming and utilize farming. We encourage them to access the facility for such agriculture, and we ensure that they work with the Ministry of Finance, because we know there are a lot of bottlenecks for them to be able to access the funding. So we'll make everything easier for them to access such funds. And of course, our hospitals. Our hospitals will be well managed. We encourage residents to work in the rural and riverine areas. We ensure that they are given a lot of incentives, so when they are promoted to such areas, they won't complain. We will move Delta State forward by the grace of God come 2023.
Yes. So again, I'd like to ask, why do you think you stand a chance? And as you know, environmental pollution in Niger Delta, including, your Delta State, has for years been a major problem. How do you intend to engage all the operators in the oil industry to be able to redress this problem when you become governor?
Yes. To start with, I started just to become the governor because I am qualified and I'm a strong PDP man. And I'm a foundation member of PDP. I have been in the system. I understand Delta State, I understand their problems, and I know that when I become the governor of Delta State, I will hit the ground running. Because I have the privilege to hold a certain position in government also, so I understand how government works. I'm not a neophyte in governance again. We have a lot of positions in our state. It's a real problem. If you have the privilege to go into those streets, you will weep for us. You will weep for our people. Because the extent of the situation there is so massive. There's hardly no life in those areas again now. No drinking water. Our fishermen don't even have anything to do again. Even our farmlands have been degraded. I recall when I was a special advisor on the environment, I was planning to go into those creeks. You won't believe it. You go to a place called Bedikuku, Ogulaha, you'll be surprised that people won't live there. And one of the problem we have is, once there's a spill, it takes time for them to move it. I would expect those ISCs to always have their booms ready, so that once there's a spill, they can curtail it. But we won't believe it. Once there's a spill, it takes them weeks, even months for them to even go there. By then, these people would have spread to other places. So when I become the governor, I will ensure that our majority will be on ground to at least push Nostra and those responsible, so that once there's a spill, they can curtail it immediately. And you and I know that there's literally nothing we can do at the state level, but we're going to do the pushing. We ensure that all the IOC operating in Delta State, they do an operation up to international standard. In another 5 or 10 years now, most of the pipes would have been expired. In fact, not even expired now. If you go to Gula, the pipes, you don't need any sign to tell you. You see them already corroded because they have been there for about 40 to 50 years. They're still there. I would have expected by now they ought to have been replaced. I suggested that when I was special advisor. So I'm going to put pressure on them, but when you know that the pipes are already corroded, they should be changed. So some of the space we see in Niger Delta, it's not just the act of sabotage. The pipes are already obsolete, so they need to be changed. So when I become the governor, I'm going to put pressure on them. For those that cannot stand the test of time, they must be changed. Otherwise, we won't continue like this again, because there's really pressure on our people. Pressure on our people. That's why you see that people are moved from the creeks, move from the to the town, and there are no jobs again. Our people are just managing, persevering, and they believe that if tomorrow comes, all will be well.
I see. I mean, as you speak to us from Delta State, it is obviously important to make mention about the geography there. And as we are very much, well, let me not say very much in the middle of an election season, but we are fast approaching one, the issue of ethnicity continues to dominate discourse. And as somebody in the South, I'm sure that you've heard many calls for the person who will eventually occupy the president's office to be somebody who would represent the people in Nigeria, most especially those in the Southeast or even the South. When it comes to unveiling of a candidate, we know know that as a rule of the thumb, the PDP aren't too in favor of zoning for zoning's sake. But surely that does put you in a bit of a position, because as somebody from that part of the country, I'd imagine that you also want to be represented in the highest office. So how do you feel when it comes to the issue of zoning and the presidency?
I'm somebody who subscribed to zoning. And but again, it's your the party, because I believe that every sector of the country should have a feel of the presidency, and the only way that can happen is zoning. Some persons are saying that, oh, the president can come from there. Yes, it can, but if you want to carry everybody along, then of course zoning is what we have already asked for. In Delta State, for instance, we have a lot of nationalities in Delta State, and I'm one of those who believe that the government should go around the free social districts. I was at the forefront, and now the free society has had it now. So when I say that you continue again now from Delta Central, though I know some of my brothers are saying that no, we need not zone again and that it has gone around. We can begin from anywhere. We said no, let it begin from Central again now, because that's the only way we can show the peace we're enjoying at the moment now. That's the only way you can show that even the minority of the minorities gets opportunity for them to be governor of Delta also. So I'm saying that zoning should be encouraged. Zoning should be encouraged. Like in Delta State, we are begging our brothers, our neighbors, that let the gentleman agreement we have now to be sustained. If you leave Delta Central, if you go back to a Delta South, then North. Because like that, everybody have the opportunity for them to govern Delta States. Also, I'm also saying that in Nigeria, zoning should be encouraged, so that every sector, every state, or every of those geographical zone gets the opportunity to be president also. So I encourage zoning, because I'm one of those who believes in zoning.
All right, Chief Majemite, a lot of people think that, like Lagos, the PDP in Delta is in the hand of one person, and therefore it might be necessary to maybe look at the possibility of APC putting up a good fight. So two names are cropping up. Of course, the Deputy Senate President, Omar Gege, is there. And of course, the Minister Festus Keyamo. Do you think that with the federal might that these two gentlemen can spring up a surprise?
No, not at all. Is it that we do just mention, apart from Festus Keyamo, the DSP was also a member of PDP before he crossed. And he knows the strength of the party in Delta State. He knows that it will be difficult for him to have an upset in Delta State. I'm sure he knows that. So we're not bothered at all. Only yesterday, some of the strong members of APC, those who were in the PDP, they moved back. And if you may know, my local government, Ughelli North, is a hotbed of opposition in Delta State. And only yesterday, some of those who are the taboos, they moved over now to PDP. So you can imagine. So it's going to be a smooth journey to Government House come 2023. If you look at the policy of Delta State, you will see that the last elections, the governor, because of what he did, we had a lot to campaign with. And in Delta Central, we, out of the local government, we won six. And we lost really not narrowly, even with all the federal might. So now that we have been able to bring back our brothers to the party, there won't be any problem at all. And I doubt this some of them will come out.
But Chief Majemite, okay, I understand that. But let me also remind you that in the neighboring Anambra, you have an intellectual and economist who has just been elected, Professor Soludo, on the platform of APGA. your own potential candidacy, do you think that that's somebody that you can match in terms of the quality of thinking and the quality of the propositions that he has given Anambra people, which obviously contributed to him being elected? Do you think that Delta State citizens and the voters should expect that level of preparedness from you, or especially you, since you are running?
Yes. They should. Like I said, I'm not a new friend. They know me already. They know what I can do because I have been privileged to be a commissioner twice in the state. While in office, my word speaks for me. As a commissioner who inherited a project then, special duties, we call it the Warrior Free Water Project. I was able to extract the water, treated the water, pumped it. It was the point of distribution that I left the office. This was a feed that had not been done before. And when I left there to lands, the bridge where was the lands, I was able to also ensure that the management system works. Unlike before, when you have multiple allocations, I reduced that drastically. And as a special advisor too, I was able to transcend the whole of Delta State, the Central, within their problems. So they know what I can do already now. And I also know too that those who are also coming to run, especially the opposition, they know that I'm somebody, I'm not a small bit to bite. So I don't have any problem at all. But what I'm saying is that vote a candidate that you know that is at home with the people. A candidate who has built bridges, a listening governor. Not just support anybody. Put the person on the pedestal, put the person on the scale. Will he be able to do the wish of the masses? That's one big question I will always ask. Even in PDP, I know that PDP, all the people who are already aspiring to become governors, yes, they are qualified, but I know that we're going to sift the wheat from the shaft. And I know that there will be free and fair primaries. And I know that the people will vote their candidates, not mind where you're from, not mind your deep pocket, whatever. They will look at what you have done before. They look at what you have done before, what you are doing, or what you are capable of doing tomorrow. And I'm sure that the moment they put all of us on that scale, by the grace of God, our way.
All right, Chief Fred Majemite, we wish you the very best in the upcoming primaries later this year, and if you get the ticket in the elections in 2023. All the best, and thank you so much for joining us.